Welcome, everyone, to the show. We are so happy to have you here today.
I still got the music in my head.
My name is Brian Bacchus, and yours probably will be if you ever have a kid and name him Brian Bacchus, or you're married to a Bacchus and have a kid. Anyway,
I'm Tony
my
Bailey
co-host,
Rains, and we got the one who's off the chain for Fun Friday today, named.
I'm Jamal Smith. Welcome, everybody, to episode 83.
We're gonna have
Representing
a heavy
Tony's
beginning.
graduation year.
what do you hear?
Right.
Everything.
He just got music in his brain right now.
So Tony, me and Jamal are avid Houdini fans,
Okay.
right? So every time Pip's Party in Palm Springs had them there, and it was like at least twice, me and Jamal would go, not for the pajama jammy jam, not for the white linen.
Although we were decked out for each.
Oh, yeah, like the one year we had on kimonos, like the karate suits, and he was looking at us like, oh, I would have never thought of that. I said, see, that's what we're thinking outside the box, because all y'all want to wear the bunny slippers, dudes, bunny slippers, and so the girls will walk up to me, oh, that's so cute. No, I can't even say it. This is a G-rated show, so we're going to leave that alone.
Thank you.
It almost slid out.
No,
and I really wanted to say something, but I said it to that person that year. That was 2009 when we weren't so woke. according to the definition of woke on society today. Anyway, Houdini would come out, and me and this dude would be the
woke
most
means black. What are you talking
No,
about?
no, not the woke
But that's what it really
used
means
today. No, we know that.
Right.
But ever since the George Floyd thing, people are now woke. It's like crazy. The black, the videos. So in 2020, I had posted a whole lot of videos from police brutality and when George Floyd got killed and stuff. And there was this one video where these people were dressed up in like ninja suits, but they were white, and they were spraying painting BLM on the buildings. And this one black chick called them out, was filming them like, that's not us. Don't come over here trying to act like you're doing us a favor. You're hindering us more than hurting us. But they're going, we're so woke. I'm like, that word is misused everywhere.
Always.
So, anyway, let's digress. We'll talk about the Houdini incident another time, because that's actually fun.
Well, all you're going to say, though, is when they were performing, we were like the only one. Well, I don't want to say only ones, but we were some of the main ones just hopping up and down, singing all the lyrics. Just into it, man. That was so fun.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that was fun.
And Rip Ecstasy, he died a few years ago. But he got a best friend that looks just like him, so he could just step in and fulfill it. He knew all the raps. That's crazy that you have I thought it was a twin brother. Said no, that's his good friend. I ain't never seen nobody looking like him. Yeah, for real. Yeah. So what's next, gals? What are we doing today? Tony's popping in and out.
Because I'm working. I'm on both laptops. Like, hey.
So how many screens are you using right now? 3 of 5?
4. Just 4.
4 of 5.
I'm going to be like my people that wander around in the background. Hold on.
Yeah, just 4 right now. Just 4.
Were you at the fridge?
Him, yeah. He said he's gonna be going back and forth in the kitchen.
He's trying to be like the people that show up in the background. Yeah. That's comedy.
It is.
So we're gonna talk about what's happening this weekend, with what we're all gonna do, and then I think Marcus is gonna pop on a little bit.
We're all gonna do stuff, but
I mean,
each of us
are gonna do individually. We'll respectively, talk about what we're gonna do.
Are you talking about what we're doing tomorrow?
Or for the weekend?
Well, I, for one, have to go to 3 places tomorrow that 2 of them have nothing to do with what we're talking about. I got to go to the John Muir High School Alumni Association meeting. It's held every second Saturday of the month. Bless you. It's a public meeting, so people are welcome to join. We meet at John Muir High in the library. Yeah, from like 10 to 12. Then after that, I'm going to the Friendship Church event and just talk to some people and film it.
Well, you may not see me there because he called me yesterday and asked me to host. They need hosts or people to help. So I said I will probably do early 9 to maybe 12 because I got some things to do tomorrow myself. So
I'm not staying in the Alumni Association until 12. I'll probably be there 10 to 10:30 because I got other obligations. And then
I'll come at 9, see how long I could stay.
Thoroughbred Marshall is having
Did you say Thoroughbred? What are y'all doing?
You missed the show yesterday. So I made an announcement that Marshall changed the name of the school from John Marshall to Thurgood Marshall.
Oh, Thurgood. Uh-huh.
But Shani came on and said, "Oh yeah, it's Thoroughbred Marshall." So we spent a good 15 minutes just talking about that. That was so funny.
Thurgood,
Marcus was getting there.
Supreme Court Justice, not Thoroughbred.
Yeah, yes, no, Thoroughbred. Thoroughbred.
Right, not thorough. I cannot. Oh, y'all get on my nerves. I know you guys were clowning.
So, Sherry's getting honored. Dang, she's getting a lot of honors.
Yeah, it's like
months. Yeah, it's crazy.
That video was dope too. The interview.
I gotta send you that link, Tony. Of I think it was back in February. I had hooked up the Jackie Robinson gym for her to get interviewed by USC. They wanted to do something for Black History Month, but of course it didn't come out till March 20th. That's my fault. I'm going to just let everybody know because
the caveat to that though is March is also Women's History Month, so back to back.
Oh, okay. Well then, Saved by the Bell.
It actually came out for Women's History Month because it took some time to edit from Black History Month. So
Saved by the Bell. Oh my God, thank you.
Good thing I know that, huh?
Thank you for throwing me the lob. Boy, that's so bad. But it was a phenomenal video. I learned a lot from seeing how the lady put the thing together. But they had called and asked, like, is there any place where we can find stats on her? And I found the USC's all-time PDF of all the women's basketball scores and records. And when I did a search on her name, she was in there 117 times.
Oh yeah, she was wrecking those records.
Oh my dang, really?
It was funny because her little comment in the thing when she was like, oh, that's great. She broke my record. I think I still got a couple left that haven't been broken.
Right.
Or something.
35 years.
Yeah, she was rocking, man. I had no idea, man.
I neither.
No.
But I remember her what do you call that? The basketball camps.
Oh, okay.
Because they was held up at Jackie Robinson, and I used to always, talk to Peanut all the time. He's the one of the main ones that, Well, the one thing about her, she grew up in Pasadena and played basketball all the time at Jackie Robinson Park with the guys, not the girls.
Oh,
and so being so good.
Yeah, but thanks to Peanut, Tyrone, Ferdinand, I want to give special shouts out to them because she told me the story. She said, I be playing and dudes be trying to check me like in a, inappropriate way,
non-basketball way.
Right. And Peanut would be like, hey man, get your hands off her like that. And so they do it again. I'm saying get your hands off of her, Mike. He would go off like the older brother. Right. But that was always Peanut. He was always the older brother type and looked out for you. And, he didn't take no stuff. And And so, we're thankful for people like that in our community, because without them, we wouldn't have no stars that come out of here, because, people have the wrong intentions. And, we also have some bad people that have done some things to people out here that we ain't going to talk about, but everybody knows who we're talking about. If you from Dina, and I'm combining both of them, if you from Dina, you know who the vultures were.
Yeah. I know one in particular you referenced.
Yeah, they show up to people's funerals uninvited.
I'm pretty sure he's invited.
Where's the?
Huh? Yeah, but it's like
it's Blast Friday.
I bet you half the people that's on this show that's from Dina, from the old Dina, know exactly what I'm talking about. I didn't say who. I said what. Because it's a trickle down, something happens to someone, and then now that someone is doing something to someone, and now someone's man, get out of here with that.
Oh yeah. That true trickle down.
I was talking to Courtney yesterday, my roommate, and she was like, when they laid off the people from PUSD, 150 teachers, most of them were the behavioral therapists.
Wow.
They rescinded it, right?
Huh?
They rescinded it.
Was it all of them or a large chunk?
Oh no! I just read the article a little while ago.
Because we just talked about this last night.
Oh no, they are like.
I didn't know they did the whole thing.
The layoffs, a gang of them.
Thank you.
Yeah, I literally just read that, I don't know, a few minutes ago, and I was like,
oh God,
what?
I was so distraught over talking to her about that yesterday. I was like, because I said, it's messed up. They laid off, and she said, they laid off most of the people who the kids really need.
Rescinding layoffs. I'm gonna search for it.
Yeah, get rid of some administrators that ain't doing nothing.
Here it is. It says PUSD, it's in the Star News. Pasadena Unified rescinds layoffs for 40 certified school, employees, 91 positions still to be cut. So 40 of those 100 and something are being rescinded.
Which are probably the mental health people and stuff like that.
Right, yeah.
That's needed in school, man, because
people are immediately, when they get these idiotic executive orders from Washington, we're going to cut this, we're going to cut that. They're like, oh my God, we got to lay everybody off. But the courts are walking it back like, nah, that's illegal. You can't do that. And so then that gets rescinded and the money has to be allocated still and released. And they're jumping the gun instead of waiting on these lawsuits to happen. So I'm glad that the lawsuits are happening, because if Congress voted for it and allocated the money, this fool can't just with a swipe of a pen with that nasty, stupid signature talk about, I'm changing it, I'm taking it away. No, that's not how the things work. And so people have enough sense now that it's like, okay, well, let's wait and see. But PUSD immediately did that, and 100-something positions. And like you said, however many. So now for them to rescind 40, right, is like, quit being dumb. Because what are you going to do when it's a special ed child or whatever, right? And you just take the money or take the positions away. That's dumb.
Crazy.
And they would have major lawsuits. So.
Oh, there's always going to be lawsuits with this cat. I mean, I think there always are. We just are we're aware of him more so now just because of his methodology, right? He goes about things. He shoots first, asks questions later, and
sorry, he didn't know.
No, they know, but that's the whole thing.
No, but that's what he says. I wasn't aware.
They were fully aware. They knew, idiots.
I don't know. I don't know how that Pope picture of me got on my own Twitter account. I don't know.
Right.
So surprised. How did that happen?
Oh, I don't know. You said I sexually
and then there was
assaulted my wife?
Article I saw this morning that was in the Pasadena Now. I think I emailed it to myself. Let me check, because a lot of times that's what I'll do. I'll be like, I need to, if I see it on my phone, I'll email it to myself so I can remember. But excuse me, it was Pasadena Now. And it had to do with, hold on, let me pull up Pasadena Now. That'll probably be easier. It had to do with, something that the supervisors did yesterday. No, that's nice. But the college football playoffs is pledging 1.5 million to restore Elliott, which is awesome because we need it. But there was something else that the Board of Supervisors did yesterday, which is going to kind of not erase, but, we talked about having this permit czar. This is going to allow contractors to self-certify and say, we're good, and they don't have to go through plan check, and they can get the permits. So
I talked about it yesterday.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I just saw
self-certification process for single-family rebuilding projects to expedite the approval. Yep.
They're also using
AI. So their plan is to partially or fully offset permitting fees. It sounds good, but I'm just curious. Kind of like how when you dig into conversations such as the sidewalks, I wonder what the full story is. Like, if it's going to be offset, something else is going to have to make up for that, and I'm curious to know what that may be.
Yeah, so potentially. We'll, if it's an offset, then something would have to. If they waive it all together or whatever, we'll see. So yeah, it is going to be interesting to find out, like, what is this about, right? And what are they really going to do? So, and I think what is happening, this is, again, my opinion, everything is so in flux, and one day we're doing this, the next day we're doing this, the next day we're doing this, because there was no full plan prior to this, right? There was a outline, but they never filled it in. So now, and I will say this, I am thankful that they are listening, because they have to listen to their constituents in order to make whatever changes, right? Or to say, okay, well, let's put this to a vote now. And if all 5 of the, what's so dope still though, is our entire Board of Supervisors is women, because women get stuff done. Not that men don't, but if you compare like our federal government to our county government, or even some of the stuff that's happening at our state level to our county, the women are rocking it. Holly and
sisters are doing it for themselves.
Hello, right? we are doing it, and for everybody else, and for everybody else. But yeah, that will be interesting. One of the things that Brian and I were talking about earlier, not Brian, Jamal, before you got on, Brian, sorry, was, Brian, you mentioned something about, I had to go to get my lease redone because I need to go to Red Cross and get something or whatever. So I got a call yesterday from Pastor Angel at my church, right? She was doing a check-in, because we check in with each other, see how you're doing, if there's anything's needed, da-da-da. Well, and she's been checking on my son to see how he's feeling. So I just asked her, I said, how things going? Because I haven't been able to get to the church this week to help with that stuff, although I'll be there probably later today, and then the baby stuff tomorrow. And she told me they had to suspend the Red Cross. Remember, it was supposed to be from 10 to 6, several days this week or something. Well, yesterday they had to shut it down and suspend it, because the day before they sent 200 people away, because there were several people that were not from the area at all coming to apply. And there were several people that claimed to be from the area, and they had false documents, utility bills or something proving their address. Mind you, we have helped over 2,100 people, and it looks like I'm buffering and all that today. I don't have time.
We can still hear you clear though.
Yeah, you look fine.
Okay, but we've helped over 2,100 people and have a database. And so if you come to us with an address that's already in that database, So she said they had to shut it down 2 days ago, or turn 200 people away, and then yesterday not have it at all. And it'll be back, I guess, today, and then Saturday, and then the baby love thing is tomorrow too. But that's just a really sad state for all the people, the vultures, the ones that want a handout or want to try to game the system. And then a lot of times are messing it up for those that are really entitled to get these services or funds or whatever. But I'm super thankful that Victory is being diligent and making sure that they're checking, right? And they're like, sorry, you're not in our database. This is the person at this address, right? So
yeah, that's really good.
But that's a
Hopefully
sad
the other
state.
locations are doing the same.
No, from what I heard, people going up there. So I was told from a good friend of mine who actually got affected, but since she wasn't in the right zone, they denied her. But then she saw people going up there with those false documents and everything, and they were getting approved right then and there and getting the money sold to their accounts right then and there. So
yeah, they do sell it right there,
which is messed
but
up
that's
because
at the
now that
site.
I need to go up there with the documents that I've been waiting to get for 3 months so that I could be up, because I haven't been able to take advantage of any of this stuff, only FEMA, because I don't have any documentation. All the stuff got burned up that showed that I live there. So it is what it is. But, now that I'm finally able to do it, here comes the vultures again.
Well, and we know there are 4 different sites in Pasadena where the Red Cross was doing this, I believe.
Yeah.
And then one was Victory. But at Victory, because we make sure, she said they turned 200 people away because of it day before yesterday and decided to suspend it altogether yesterday and not have it. And they will be back today for whatever time. But again, I'm thankful we're doing it that way because.
Well, I think I'm going to go to you guys' place and do it because.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
at least you know somebody, it'll be checked and right.
Right.
Yep.
Psycho.
So really sad state of affairs that people are out here trying to do this. And I'm glad that the government has gotten some of those that applied for FEMA. I think, what's her name? One of your cousins, Spicer, LaShawna.
LaShawn. Yeah, Shawnee.
Yeah, Shawnee, that happened with her and she couldn't get it. But I'm glad to see that some of these cases are making their way through courts and people are being arrested and going to jail and having to pay restitution, because you should not have that capability, or you should not be getting something that doesn't belong to you. And you're literally, LaShawna said her husband passed a few years ago. She went with her paperwork to do it and somebody already used her address and did it. And she's the actual one that should have had the, it. And that's not cool at all. So I'm I'm thankful that people like the ladies at Fair Oaks Burger and Victory Bible Church, I almost said Park, and others that are actually checking are doing that, because it's not right for people to be able to come and take what doesn't belong to them.
Yeah, unfortunately, these types of events kind of, allows us to see people's hands, all the
true color.
Good people show up, but the true colors kind of definitely show. And that sucks. Yeah.
And it's always great to have somebody who that was standing in the line and watching it all unfold, so they can let you know. We got a lot of honest people in both the Denas.
Yeah.
And so, we need to just make sure that those people are protected and get what they need, because,
Which is why we do things the way we do here. Trying to make sure that people are straight and aren't being taken advantage of by people we may decide, we want to bring here on the show to talk or whatever. But if they haven't been vetted and they're shady, I don't want you on. I don't want you anywhere around, We don't. I'm going to say we don't, because the 3 of us are doing it the same way.
Right. Just like with Lionel. Before he came on, I asked him all kind of questions. Shoot me all your links. I want to go investigate. He found out that he's been doing a lot of things, but he did file his nonprofit, and the other one is pending, like how we had ours before. So, I try to do I'm not Tony. Tony will be like, where were you on the night of October 17th? This complaint right here says that you were doing something.
But you
remind me of
comes out.
You remind me of, what's her name? Jasmine, the senator,
Crockett.
Yes. Oh my God.
Jasmine. We're not playing.
What's that? Butch body.
Bleach, bad, butch, body. Yeah, girl, it's 6 different B's in there. I'm like, I can't even with you, Jazz.
None of them went, and not one curse word.
What did you see what she did the other day? Trans or Trump? Did you see that one? She said, I got a new game we're going to play. I'm going to ask you. She was asking people that were, at the committee. She said, I'm going to ask you, and your answer will be trans or Trump. Like, who did this, right? And she went through a series of questions 2 or 3 days ago. Who cut this funding for da-da-da-da-da? Was it trans or Trump? Because, they want to say, oh, trans having a drag queen show or reading books to kids at the library is what's damaging society, da-da-da. Who cut funding for this? Who did that? All I could do was crack up laughing because every single answer was Trump, and it was nothing that was the community that they're trying to make. Y'all, I can't stand you.
Thoroughbred. How you doing? It's like, you remember the PJs?
Can't hear you, man.
Do you remember the PJs when it was Thurgood?
Oh yeah.
And
the animated, the claymation thing, Eddie Murphy thing. Yep.
The crackhead and the pothead. That's crazy.
First shout out to Shani. Shani stole the show yesterday with that Thoroughbred.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wish you would have been on Tony. You would have been busting up.
But then the cold part is she tried to get on me for spelling her name wrong.
Right. Since we didn't have 2 N's.
Like, come on, Shani.
I don't remember that.
That was funny.
That was too funny.
How y'all doing today?
That's the fun part about family, though, because y'all could ride each other until the wheels fall all the way off. Yeah. And it's
Gina's family. We do it to everybody. I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. Well, we good, man. How are you?
Your blood family.
Mm-hmm. Doing cool, man. Just navigating through this period. But
this thing called life.
Where are you now?
We are still in Lakeview Terrace.
Okay.
I pass you every day.
Yeah.
Every day that you go out there.
Yeah, there's just been 2 days a week now.
Yeah, my mom and brother, they're back in Pasadena, over by Hastings, basically, or Sierra Madre, I guess. Mm-hmm. And then me, my wife, and kids are still out here at Lakeview Terrace, looking to make a move. Hopefully, sometime this summer. Prices are starting to come back down, so we're trying to find something that's going to be suitable and for the long haul. We don't want to move into something else that we're going to just have to move again because it won't accommodate. So we're just, being patient, waiting for these prices to kind of come back down.
And then when these tariffs go away,
man,
I saw this interview the other day, well, actually today, and they're saying, so are you afraid that the U.S. economy is going to mess up China? The dude said, we don't care. We don't care. The reason why we don't care, because the market is not, U.S. is not the totality of the market, of the global market. It's like, wow, we about to get it shut down, bro.
And for whatever they missed out, whatever they missed out on our imports, they actually made up in India and a bunch of other places. They went double digit the last month or last quarter, I think.
Us trying to be some bullies thinking we run everything is backfiring so big because China and Mexico now have shook hands and inked the deal.
Ever since
they're going to cut us out. Right. And so it's like you trying, and then today that fool gonna say, "Oh, maybe we could reduce China's tariffs to 80%. Maybe you reduce it back to zero,
back to where they were."
Yeah, right. Things are not like it was.
The guy goes,
World War II. We are not the powerhouse we used to be.
We are not. Stop it.
He goes, China has been around for 5,000 years.
Right, we ain't going
longer
nowhere.
Than the United States been in existence, and we will continue to be here for 5,000
We'll continue
years.
To be. We're going nowhere. Right.
Exactly.
We are not worried about the United States. We don't care. That's the way I love.
He meant
that. I'm always doing impressions.
And all I could do was laugh when I saw it. I said,
That's
sitting there.
What can you say? What can you do?
He's sitting there going, Elon, what are we gonna do? Elon.
Right.
Well, and the thing about Elon is not even, dude, he's from South Africa. And they always want to holler, go back
the
to
most
the country.
racist
Go back.
part of the country.
Exactly. And right. And trying to say, oh, they're taking back land from white farmers. No, that's the land that they stole after they killed folks in their country. Message, right? So now, guess what? The South African government is saying, no, we're taking it back and giving it to the rightful owners, right? Which is what should happen. And now it's like, oh, we're going to give visas to these South Africans to come to the U.S. because we're deporting all the people of color, so we want more white. If y'all don't knock it off and sit down,
you had funny?
Europe.
The ones they want to deport, they can't.
Hi, baby. Oh, hey.
Exactly.
I love it. I love it because they tried again, like
your country
to Libya.
Which country would that be?
Hello.
Either we're from here or we're from there. You don't even know.
But you know what I like? The new Pope, and I'm not Catholic, but the new Pope straight up was like, all of the evil that's going on, we need to look beyond that. We need to help immigrants. We need to help. Like, he was saying it without saying it, because there's shenanigans and ridiculousness of these folks in office right now are just beyond, like, what are y'all doing? It's just so idiotic. And then the judges keep shutting things down. And then Judge Roberts said, we are 3 separate branches. And the judiciary has to have its independence. Finally, because he should have said it last year when they gave that fool immunity.
Yeah, it's part of the checks and balances.
Exactly.
But you know, with Roberts, he says things just to like people, make it appear that he's something else. You know what I'm saying? Well, he just had to put something out there to kind of say, oh, okay, no, we still got checks and balances. He's going to do whatever they tell him to do.
But do they really is a question, right?
Right.
Well, they do to an extent, but what's happening is it's going to be up to the courts. And one thing I do like is this fool thought he would put Amy on the court along with Kavanaugh and Gorsuch and think that they would all vote his way. And now Gorsuch and Amy been voting against a lot of the stuff, and they're losing their mind. And they're like, well, she wasn't as loyal as I thought she'd be. No, you thought you would get her on the court and she would automatically become loyal. Like old girl down there in Florida who got rid of the case against him, you know? And it's like, no, a lot of judges are real judges, and they're going to go by the law.
Rules and laws, that they got to abide by.
Exactly. So, you know, if it's up to them, they would. Oh, because matter of fact, a whole America First Legal or something has decided that they are going to. They now are suing Roberts because they think that he's allowing the rogue judges to be rogue. No, they're going by the rule of law. Y'all just want him to do everything because old boy wants to be a full dictator, and judges are like, sorry, that ain't the law.
Right.
And it's like, come on, just take the L and keep moving on. I mean, they acting like Drake. I mean, come on, you suing your own company.
They not like us. They not like us.
Right? Not like us. Come on, man.
All right, Jamal.
You got Drake into it.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. Well, I just saw yesterday that there's a music label, they were like, dismiss this fraudulent, this lawsuit. It's like, man, you're crazy. You took advantage of it, and this is just this is music, man. And in particular, this is a rap battle. You got to take the lumps and keep on pushing.
I lost. I'm going to sue for damages, punitive damages. I feel disgraced.
Hey, it's real simple for Drake. All he got to do is say he lost. He got his ass kicked. And then move on.
He ain't gonna say it.
That's it.
You know what he should do is just keep making bangers, pop music.
Yes,
that's what he's great.
I think he should sing more for right now instead of rapping. Honestly,
I think he should go make the graphic.
Just take a break from the rap thing and just sing. Do your thing like that.
Right. Do some duets.
Just revamp your TV show Degrassi and say Degrassi the older years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So Jamal, what's on tap for the weekend? Our announcements.
Well, there's a lot like last time, not just for the weekend, but other stuff. Because, well, let's go ahead.
Let's focus on the weekend.
You're gonna go through them.
I was going to.
Go for it. Go through all of them. Don't matter.
Nap time. It's nap time.
It's like I gotta eat and take a nap. Let me take.
You gonna eat? You gonna smoke a cigarette? You gonna go take a jog around the block?
That's so
you gonna go on Duolingo, learn a new language? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and hit this real quick. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get these announcements going. So the disaster recovery centers, as we know, they're available from 9 to 6, Monday through Friday, 9 to 4 on Saturdays. It's located at 540 West Woodbury Road in Altadena. The departments that are going to be there are the assessors, mental health, public works, and the registrar and recorder on county clerk. Now, it's something we had mentioned a little earlier in today's show. The Kathy Barger and the other supervisors are talking about how they're actually going to implement a few things to help us out with the recovery in Eaton Canyon. The first one is establish unified permitting authority to streamline and centralize all permits. They're going to, number 2, integrate AI into the permitting process to make it faster and more accurate. Number 3, which we particularly touched on today, was implement a self-certification process for single-family rebuilding projects to expedite approvals. And lastly, create a plan to partially or fully offset permit fees. If you want to get more about this, you can read it at kathybarger.lacounty.gov/4 months. And that's 4 spelled out FOUR. Now, the one-stop permit center at 464 West Woodbury Road, Suite 210, is only available Monday through Friday now from 8 a.m. to 4:30. They're no longer Saturday hours. However, if you want to, I got to double check this one because I still saw this. But anyway, if you want an appointment, they have it Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 8:30 to 12:30, and I'll double check if they still have Saturday from 8 to noon, given that the walk-in hours are they don't have Saturday. And then Southern California Edison is at this facility, and you can make appointments Mondays and Wednesdays from 8 a.m. to noon. And again, something we've mentioned before, June 1st is the deadline for all property owners who opted out or did not submit a right of entry form for them to get a fire debris removal permit, and to hire a licensed contractor. And if a permit is not obtained by this date, the property may be declared a public nuisance. Now, once you get those, you have until June 30th to complete the debris removal. And if the cleanup is not completed by this date, the property again might be declared a public nuisance. If a property owner fails to meet the above deadlines, the county may take steps to remove fire ash and debris from the property, and the cost of the debris removal will be charged to the property owner. And if it's not paid, the cost may be recovered through a lien on the property. Let me check something real quick.
I put the updated hours in our chat.
Yeah, I just saw you posted.
Okay, cool.
So walk-in is still there? Yeah, that's where I got it from. I just wanted to, I got it from the announcement directly from the county. I just wanted to make sure that the Saturday was still there. So it looks like if you want an appointment, you can still do Saturday. Now, there is Altadena Disaster Relief for Small Business. There's a loan you can get up to $75,000. Applications are being accepted from May 6th to June 3rd. And there is a program overview webinar, which will be next Tuesday, May 13th from 10 a.m. to 11. And you can get more information about the application process and the details of the eligibility by going to altadena.bizrelief.lacda.org or by calling 626-586-1760.
That's
Then
really good because so many people have been saying, where's this money? Where's this money that was raised in all these concerts and stuff? And a lot of it, like the 100 million from Fire Aid, and then the 600 million from that other big concert, and the money from the Oscars, and a lot that's been raised. And people that I've been talking to have said it's been given to all these orgs, meaning like LA Fire Aid. And I walked Lionel last night on the call through where you can go and see the recipients. It doesn't say how much was given, but they're the recipients of the money. So even though all this money hasn't gone directly to individuals, because that's everybody's first thought is, well, I need to rebuild my house, I should have some of this money. It's being given in grants to things like disaster relief, right? For small business loans, because even though it's a loan they may have to pay back, they still have the ability to go and apply because they were directly impacted and lost their business or whatever. So really happy to see things like this pop up, or these announcements, because I do know that a lot of the money that was raised is being funneled into these orgs who are then either giving grants or loans to not just homeowners, but the businesses that were impacted as well.
Absolutely. And the intent is to include more of these in the announcements as they, come up and seem applicable. So Thank you for that, Tony.
Yeah, for sure.
So the Red Cross financial assistance, we know that there is a second round of funding that they're providing, and Victory Bible Church is one of the locations where you can actually go. Now, as Tony had indicated, they had to stop a couple days ago or yesterday. And they just completely stopped because there were people trying to do nefarious things. So they're going to start up again today. I'm sorry, I just had to remove the banner. And this is going to be from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So it's going on right now until 6 p.m. And it's at 1497 North Hill in Pasadena. And, this is one of a few locations. But we know for sure, I'm not want to imply that the other places aren't doing this, but we know for sure that Victory Bible Church is paying attention and are really trying to make sure that the right people get the services that they need, right? So if you want to go get that second round or apply, you can definitely go to Victory Bible Church until 6 p.m. today. Now,
even for people that didn't have a first round, like you said, or apply, because Brian said he wasn't able to. Now he has the right documentation. He's going to go later. But literally, when I got the call from our executive assistant pastor, Angel Cade, yesterday, she said that the day before, they turned away about 200 people who came with false documentation, addresses that they didn't live at, all kinds of stuff, utility bills that were created that weren't theirs. And part of Victory's process to double check is what caught it. So they shut it down. And then yesterday they suspended it. So they'll be back open today. But we have a database that I have back-end access to. And I know there's at least 2,100 people or families, whatever, that we have helped in that database. So when people came 2 days ago and said, this is my address, or this document is from here, and we went against our database for those 2,100 plus that we've already helped and found out, no, this isn't you. That's why we shut it down and then suspended yesterday, because we were actually checking. But can you guys imagine 200 people that they had to turn away because of shenanigans? And so they will be doing some more checking again today if you were, some of those people. But hopefully the right people are the ones that come and get the aid. Because one thing about Red Cross, when they put you in the system, you get a Zelle directly to your account, whether it's for part 1 or part 2. So
wow, they're efficient.
Yeah, because I remember when my mom first got theirs, I asked her, did she do it? She said, oh yeah, and they put the money right in my account like immediately. He's back.
Looking like Professor Slipman, man. You his brother.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Professor Thurbritt.
Thurbritt.
You know what? I cannot.
To follow up on the Red Cross payouts, Here's a couple other local locations where you can actually go. One is the Pasadena Senior Center at 85 East Holly Street. This is available today from 8:30 until 12. So you only got less than an hour to participate in that, or just about an hour. And then Lake Avenue Church, they'll be available on Monday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's at 393 North Lake Avenue in Pasadena. Now, also at Victory Bible Church on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. is Baby Love Day. This is where they're blessing moms impacted by the Eden fire with diapers, wipes, and essential baby items. Now, something you would mention earlier in the week, Tony, is it only folks, like, do they have to bring some sort of verification to prove that they're affected by the fire, or is this for any mom?
Yeah, so initially it just said Baby Love Day, we're giving away items. And then it said we're blessing moms impacted. So I think the same thing, if you have an ID, an address that's within the impact zones, right? The zip codes or whatever. And you have a newborn, or you say, hey, I was impacted, they may ask, I don't know what questions they ask, like, did you have to move all the way? Or they may check to see if you're in the database. Some people obviously didn't come and get in Victory's database. They went to Pasadena Church. They went all over the place. But I will try to find out. Matter of fact, I'm going to put myself on hold. I'm going to put myself on mute, and I'm going to call right now and get that answer. So by the end of the show, I can actually say, yes, they're going to check, or if you show up with your baby or whatever, but I'll ask that right now.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. And then we have Dina Relief Drive, the main hub at the Pasadena Church, 425 Sierra Madre Villa Avenue in Pasadena. This is every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And if you are willing to volunteer, go ahead and scan the code and, definitely show up and participate and volunteer. And then Brian, you want to say this one? We out here.
We out here.
We out here.
Yeah, we out here. That's what
Every
I'm talking
Wednesday.
about. I'm going to be up there next Wednesday with these shades on. I'm over here going live from We Out Here.
That's Wednesday, 12 to 3. You might be able to see Brian and get on the show, get on some of that footage. Now, in order to take part in all this stuff, this is another situation. You got to prove that you're an Altadena resident. So you got to bring your IDs and want to make sure that the right people are getting this. Some of the things you can get are fresh fruits and veggies, hot foods and snacks, household items, face masks, legal advice, and much more. It's at 2560 North Fair Oaks Avenue. We know this also as Fair Oaks Burger. And if you don't need anything, but you have some stuff and a desire to either partner, donate, or what have you, and help out, you can actually do so by contacting Miss Juicy Little at gmail.com.
That name is just,
I know,
so funny. Miss Juicy Little. And every time you hear me say that, I go, Juicy, got him crazy. Got him crazy. Don't get me started, man, because every time something triggers me.
Man, how do we don't have to get you started.
Let's get the party started.
So the folks at Neighborhood Savants, they got the Pasadena high school seniors taken care of. They know the prom season is here, and they, again, got them covered. They're thrilled to support them with free hairstyling, which includes barbers, as well as makeup services to get them prom ready in style. Basically, go to the link or scan the QR code, click students use the link. Then you choose either the hairstylist or the makeup, pick a date and time, coordinating with your school's prom, create an account, and then show up and let them take care of you. High school seniors, if you haven't done so already, please definitely take part in this and take advantage of this opportunity. It's a great service they're offering. Again, Neighborhood Savants actually have that weekly luncheon on Wednesdays at First AME Church, 1700 North Raymond Avenue in Pasadena. You can RSVP by sending an email to msz_strong@yahoo.com or call 626-673-2200. Excuse me. Now today, starting at 11, which was a few minutes ago, there's a Mother's Hat and Tea Party at the Chatto Tea Room in Old Town Pasadena. That's at 79 North Raymond Avenue in Pasadena. I don't know, since it's past the time, if you could still go, but I've, go on and check it out. It's a nice place. I've known a couple people who have actually gone there and had a really good time. So go ahead and check it out. So Saturday, May 10th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. There is a reverse mortgage workshop, and it's designed to help older adults affected by the fires understand their existing reverse mortgages and the implications of property damage or loss. Get clarity, expert advice, and guidance. This is at Montecedro Senior Living Community at 2212 El Molino Avenue in Pasadena. And I apologize, I didn't get that short link made, but if you can see the link, you can actually register there. Now, we had Lionel on earlier a couple days ago, and this is his event that he was promoting, Eaton Fire Recovery. Together We Build. This is also tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's at Friendship Pasadena Church, which is located at 80 West Dayton Street in Pasadena. You can actually register by scanning the QR code, and there's going to be displacement residents. You're going to be able to hear from topics about permits and contractors and debris removal, spared homes. You get to learn how to properly clean and fireproof your property to stay safe in the future. And for everyone, get to join their mental health and counseling sessions to find support and for the emotional toll from the disasters. All right, if you have questions, you can call 626-497-1127. Just a couple more slides. There's Altadena Future Fair, which is going to be this weekend at the Pasadena Convention Center. There's going to be speakers, workshops, trade shows, locals markets, community healing, and a kids room. This event is free. You can actually get tickets by scanning the QR code or by going to AltadenaFutureFair.com. And then we have Dr. Tamitra Clark in connection or in association with the Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, their Foothill Alumni Chapter and Second Baptist Church of Monrovia. She's actually putting on a virtual health workshop called Grace and Grief. This is going to be on Tuesday, May 13th. It will begin at 6 p.m. It'll allow you to strengthen your mind and rebuild mental wellness and well-being in the virtual mental health workshop experiences. Our professionals will discuss ways to give yourself grace while grieving. And you can actually go to her website in order to register.
I was just talking to Robin about wellness.
Every time I mess up, I'm waiting for you to say something. And this event, this last one is Loma Alta Park reopening. The LA County Parks invites you to participate in this reopening. It'll be Saturday, May 17th from 9:30 to 5 p.m. located at 3330 North Lincoln Avenue in Altadena. There's several events, but a couple of highlights will be at 9:30. We'll begin the Altadena Child's Play Date, where a new playground ribbon cutting will happen at 10:30. Then at 12 p.m. will be the unveiling of the two Dodgers Dream Fields, featuring baseball clinics with the LA Dodgers Foundation. And then at 2:30, the Altadena Community Picnic featuring live music. Once this is reopened, Loma Alta Park is going to be the community hub featuring satellites for the Altadena Senior Center, the Altadena Library, youth employment, and childcare and camp programs. So definitely come out and support the reopening of this, park, and, come join and have a great time. And we are back.
And we want to make sure Robin is there too. I've always had a fondness for Robin.
You can definitely tell when you have not had the sleep that you require.
You are how can you tell, Tony? How is this different from any other time? Please explain.
A hot mess. A hot mess.
He's always a hot mess.
I know, but
Well,
he's
you
really
know.
doing the most.
Well, maybe the shades. That's what gives it away. That's it.
When I talked to my homie Stevie Wonder the other day, he was telling me, keep your head up.
No,
I wanted to share an experience I had last night through Pasadena Rosebud.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
We had another event at Dave and Buster's. This one was put on, I believe, by, I don't know how to say it, Be Good, Bay Good Foundation.
Be Good.
Oh, Bay Good.
Yeah.
Beyonce's thing.
Beyonce's, right?
Be Good. Mm-hmm.
So it was put on by Beyonce. It was really good, and still, of course, Rosebud doesn't have their own campus. We're still at Don Benito. But it was a way for the kids to kind of just go do their thing. What the setup was real nice, which there was a buffet for the kids in one room, and then the adults had a different buffet by the bar area, which it was like a happy hour too. So the kids were with the kids, the adults were with the adults, kind of catching up and checking in on each other and stuff like that. And then an amazing part of the evening was there was a workshop for the parents. Like, all the kids y'all go play, whatever. There was like a kind of like a disaster recovery kind of workshop for mental health. And so it was something that you had the captive audience, and everybody that there is going through it, and so everybody was more open to expression, as to how they're doing this stuff, knowing that we're all going through this together, and we have similar experiences and stuff like that. So I thought it was very awesome and amazing that this occurred for Rosebud, as well as Sean Brown, the executive director of Rosebud, and her staff. They really are doing a good job of trying to provide outlets, not only for the kids, but for the adults also.
Sure.
So I felt it as being an amazing evening, and hopefully, there's more of those, because you can really see the kids, how they interact, and then how they are as we leave. They're recharged. You know what I'm saying? And so
I bet they are. Yeah.
The more we can get from those types of events and the frequency of them, I think the better off long run for the kids. As we get to the other side of this, having those things that are breaking up just school, homework, grades, stuff like that. So that was an amazing event. It was like from 5 to 8. It was closed down again just for Rosebud families and stuff. So
the whole facility?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's 2 times. That's 2 times that's been the case. And so it definitely helped the parents and the kids to kind of recharge, lean on each other. And then had that workshop. The person that was doing the workshop, she is a survivor of a disaster in New Zealand, if I'm not mistaken. New Zealand, I think it's New Zealand. And she was it was as a result of an earthquake. And so she's kind of gotten involved in helping to kind of just lay out. Of course, no disaster is the same, right? Everybody's disaster is different, but there's things that you can just be aware of that may come your way during your recovery. They can not blindside you, right? And I think, as we were going through this initially, we were being blindsided by a lot because we had no idea. And so for that resource to be there also, it was a really good evening. And I greatly appreciate the Rosebud staff for what they're doing to try to just get the kids out and about, and the parents as well. So kudos, major kudos.
That's right. Shout out to the Rosebud staff, man. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. I mean, my kids, well, one of my kids graduated from Rosebud, and the other two, went there for a few years. So there's that connection. So it makes me happy to hear that. Plus, I went to school with Sean and Joey and everything. So I definitely am happy to hear that. That's really, really cool. Hope they do continue that. Because although they are Don Benito, it's nothing like having your own home, right? It's nothing like having your own facility. Right. And in a way, getting them together for these events is kind of bringing them home.
Yeah, and it maintains that community, right?
Yeah.
Like if you don't have those events, then everybody's just everywhere spread out, But if you kind of get those events where everybody can come together off of the campus after school, then it just keeps that community intact as we go through this process.
No doubt. So I'm going to give you a shout out too, though, because you're doing the same thing for the fam with the First Fridays, because we show up at Dave and Buster's too, and
that's right. We don't close it down. No, I don't have that loop.
but you pull us together, right? You kind of establish that. You set the time.
Yeah,
I know. Maybe the next one you'll rent it out. I know.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
That coin.
I think I'll start off with renting a table.
And we'll expand from that. But I mean, it's a perfect example.
As we get funding for AltadenaTalks Foundation, we plan on doing a few public events as well. That's part of our disaster recovery give back is to, bring some things together that make the public come together and kind of forget about it for a day.
Yeah. Yep. And then Rosebud, they're having their spring dance. It's happening actually this Saturday. So
tomorrow?
Yeah, today's Friday. Yep, it's tomorrow. Yep.
No, now you were talking about that.
So that's another thing that let them just hang out and have fun. And usually the dances are very, very little adult. Like it's just their thing. It was good to see them still pull that off to put it on. I'm sure it wasn't easy, especially finding a location and all of that, which in the past it was at the school in the auditorium. So, right. There's that additional cost possibly, if there wasn't a donation or something. So, they're hard at work. And I would say probably for all the schools, I know, I can't remember her name that was on last week. On the Tony Talks at St. Mark's, I know that the staffs behind the scenes are really.
Are you talking about Ariane?
Yeah, Ariane. They're really going above and beyond, and being unsung with regards to their efforts in trying to find normalcy, create normalcy, trying to create outlets, as we go through this process, as well as finding resources. So, because there's several times that we've been hit up by Rosebud, like, hey, if you need assistance, look into this event, and so they're nonstop. They're working nonstop. And so definitely I want to give them as much props as I can from my family, because it's much appreciated. We've been able to benefit from some of those events, when the schedules and everything worked out. It was helpful to know that. And of course, none of us can just know of everything, right? So the more that you get from different sources and everything, the better the opportunities to get some relief. So
no doubt. Shout out again to Rosebud and staff, the parents and the students.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. So what do you have on deck for this weekend, Marcus?
I guess I'll probably just hang out tomorrow while my daughter's at her school dance. Maybe take my older daughter somewhere if she doesn't have plans already.
You gotta check with them.
Yeah, I got their busy schedules, right? Other than that, figuring out Mother's Day. Still not sure. I had a plan A and a plan B, and neither one of those looks like it's going to happen. So, but I'll pull it off. I always pull it off.
Oh yeah, we become resourceful when necessary.
Yeah. I might make a card.
I was getting ready to say, really, you know what mothers really want?
Peace.
We don't really care.
Peace and quiet.
No, we don't really care.
No, that's what fathers want. That's what fathers want.
Stuff. We want something from the heart. So yeah, if you made a card or your kids and y'all three got together and cooked the meal and all of that, she would probably be ecstatic. That's what moms really want. Because people have been asking me all weekend, what you doing for me? I said, not a daggone thing. I'm gonna go to church, I'm gonna come home, and I'm chilling. And they're like, what about your kid? All my kids are grown and they know their mother by now. If they choose to get something, they might go get me Saturday, like a box of C's candy. They know which one I like, right? The almond squares, whatever. They might go get that. But doing all the fluff and stuff, most mothers don't care.
HR, fluff and stuff.
Right. That's what people think we want. I don't care about a card, nothing. I could come home and cook for my whole family myself and I'd be happy. The kids might say, stop by and be like, no, Mom, we got you. But I'm good. I might go to church, come home and go outside because it's still going to be nice and warm and get in my jacuzzi and chill. And that for me, if my kids call me, be like, hey, Mom, happy Mother's Day, or text me, I'm good.
Yeah.
So when the world puts all this stuff on it and we got to have this and that and people going out spending all kind of money, that's not really what mamas want. They want their children, their families to acknowledge, say, thanks, Mom, we got you today, or whatever, little stuff, because that's what really counts and matters. So
that's what moms want. We got you today, because I'm tired of paying for all y'all.
That's it. And you don't have to do nothing big, taking us out to here, there, all that, because most of us don't want to be bothered with all them crowds, going to some restaurants and all of that.
Hey, that's the way I do it.
We'll be crowded too.
Yeah, all that foolishness, most mothers don't even want that. And so a lot of people go out, buy big things, go buy all these flowers, do, all this kind of stuff. I'm not a rose girl. I don't like roses at all. I got a white rose bush in my backyard. I can't stand them. Give me some exotic or plant or something like that. Matter of fact, I'm a gardener. Give me something for my garden. So if you know what phase your wife is in or your kids know where their mothers are, get them something that is with what they are doing at that season of their life. If you want to get something, and they're good.
Yeah.
Tony, you imagine your son going outside and pulling a bush of collard greens out, put it in a pot, put it in a vase, and going, "Hey, Mom, I got you." Oh, baby, you know what? I'm gonna put them on the pie right now.
You know what? Let me tell you something. I have these giant calla lilies, right? And I was out there trimming some yesterday because if I just let them grow, they grow beautifully. And then after a few days, they start getting brown, right? Because the sun, they could go and cut 10 or however many, it's a gang of them, and put them in my thing on my counter on my island. And I would be thrilled, right? Be like, hey, Mom, we got you some flowers. They're from my garden. And I've been, nurturing them and stuff. And I'm good with that. So I'm cool. I don't need all that.
You ain't that mom that said, why you pick these from the backyard and give them to me? What kind of son are you?
I'd much rather have those than y'all going out spending a bunch of money on some stuff that I don't even really like anyway. So it's a matter of knowing your wife or your children, knowing their mother and giving her what she wants. And a lot of times that's not what happens. It's people do what they think we want, right? Yeah.
Very true.
Bam. Knowledge from Tony. Break it down.
Read the room, baby.
Get
some understanding of mamas.
That's real talk.
Appreciate that.
I've been a mama for 38 years and I could not care less about all the foolishness of Mother's Day, meaning the outside foolishness, right?
Right.
Figure out what's near and dear to me, do something like that. And you're right, Brian, they could go and cut a bunch of these collard greens and wash them and put them in the pot and I'd be happy. Although I made some Sunday, I gave my mama some 2 days ago. I need to cut some more and see who wants some because these bushes are growing like crazy right now, which is good. But stuff like that. Like you just said, I might make her a card. Oh, that would be like, this is special. That's way better than a store-bought card from you or the kids. And I know you were clowning, probably saying it.
Yeah. No. Right? I mean, I am creative like that. I'm creative like that, but
this cat is a wordsmith, by the way. He can put some words together. He's so eloquent with his game. Woo!
That's your answer right there.
Yeah.
There it is.
That's it.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry, bro.
No, this is dialogue. You're not interrupting nothing. But
I did want to bring up something else as it being Mother's Day. You got to remember from the fires and everything that I was able to get my best friend's mom from her house before it burned.
Yes.
She passed.
Dang. I'm so sorry to hear that.
You okay? You want to go off camera?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Got you.
Yeah. Take your
Come
time.
back whenever you're ready.
Right.
Man, I hate to hear that.
I muted your mic too, Marcus, just so you can take your time to get yourself together.
Just give a thumbs up whenever you're ready.
Or he could hit add to stage, right? Add his self.
I don't know if he can add himself.
Okay.
He might be able to.
Yeah.
Just wave your hand when you're ready to come back.
Yeah.
I think we're doing it at the same time again.
Go ahead, B. I'll let you do it. You're muted.
So
there you go.
She passed actually early Sunday morning. She had a long battle with cancer, like 10 years. And so she and she was in remission several times and it came back and everything. And it just this last time it just had spread. But she was an Altadena, and she was a small business owner in Altadena for many years. She was a hairdresser, a hairstylist. And so it's one of those things that it's one of those reality checks, right? As where we are and where our community is in this process.
Excuse me.
Bless you. And that's the painful part, is knowing that those things.
Yeah.
And we just need to check on our elders, check on each other, and appreciate the path that they've blazed for us. They're the trailblazers
for sure.
So I just wanted to come on and kind of honor her.
What's her name?
I don't want to say her name because their family's private.
Copy that.
I don't want my friend, he wouldn't be mad at me because he knows it ain't nothing but love. But
it's fine.
I didn't clear it with them, and so I don't want to put it out there. Although they've made an announcement,
okay. Just want to wish her, that she rests in power, man.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Well, one good solace you could take is that you gave her 4 more months of life by getting her out of where she was before.
Absolutely.
And those were important 4 months.
Yeah, and again, I didn't know until a couple weeks after the fire that I was actually her warning.
Right.
When I called her and told her, if we got to evacuate, I'm coming to get you. So it didn't even dawn on me that, and she lives by herself. My cousin, my best friend and his siblings, they all live in Inland Empire. So it was, just thank God that I reached out to her because she had no idea what was coming, and was able to get her dog, her car down to her sister's house by the Rose Bowl. So it's definitely been a blessing and an honor that I was able to make sure she made it out of that fire. And she definitely was, initially she was like, I don't know about rebuilding this, that. And then she just couple weeks later, she was like, she's gonna rebuild,
That's beautiful.
And matter of fact, she's related to Joe Bryant. So condolences to the entire family. Now, mind you, I've known this, and she's a village mom to me. I call her moms, and as I call all of them. And I've known her and her son for 47 years, for almost 48. Pretty much as old as the house that we lost, and because it was just 2 blocks from us. We went to the same school, and so we were catching the same bus to school. And so that's how that friendship was formed. And, here we are, 48 years later, full circle. We're now supporting my best friend as he lays his mom to rest, and doing whatever I need to make it as comfortable as possible for him as he goes through this process, but that's what friends do, right? And that's what AltadenaTalks do for each other. So just want to honor her, and I just really hope we don't lose too many before we go back.
I agree. Absolutely. I'm glad you said that, Marcus. Thank you. I mean, about your friend's mom, and condolences to her, to the family. And man,
well, not just her
strength.
Biologic, right? Because Marcus, she was another mom to you. Yeah. And with this being literally 2 days before Mother's Day, that's really a gut punch, right? That's a blow. So praying for all of you, her family, her friends, her previous colleagues, her neighbors, the community as a whole that knew her, and all of you, because that's a tough one. And like you said, we're 4 months out from the fire, and a lot of the elders are really struggling. A lot of them first were like, I'm not going to build back. I've said it on here a million times. My mother initially was like, I don't know how we're going to survive this. We're not going to build back, right? And I was like, BS. Yes, you are. Like if I got to sell my house, we building your house back. And to this day, I mean that, right? But they had to process it. And of course, they're working with an architect and they're going to build back. But my thing, the way I've processed all this versus the way my sister, my parents, my brother have processed it, totally different. Like I'm constantly up there. I immediately started doing stuff, right? Where they were like, hold up, we got to take a minute and really digest this. The difference is I'm somebody that has done lots of years of therapy, has dealt with PTSD, and now I know to try to hit things head on. That's how my processing helps. Just had an incident a couple of weeks ago that with a lady I know, and it was, and I was like, hold up, and pulled her to the side to talk about it, right? And then prayed and released it, because I wasn't going to sit on it, right? Because for me, I sat on something for 33 years before my body forced me into therapy. So I know now, like, nope, don't do that. Process it right away and release it. So for me, that's because therapy. Other people that haven't had different traumas and haven't gone through the therapy, they have to learn how to process it for themselves. So what I've seen is that there are a lot of elders that are having challenges with processing, and their first reaction is, I just lost everything in my entire life. I'm not rebuilding, right? How will I recover from this? Because I'm in my 70s or 80s. I got less years ahead of me than behind me. So how could I possibly recover and come back? And my prayer has been for my specific parents and lots of elders. God, let them rebuild their homes and at least live their last days in their homes again. Right.
Yeah. Yep.
And so that's my hope and prayer for the older Altadenians that choose to rebuild and stay. Right. And so I can understand you and needing to take a minute before you spoke, and her family right now. She just passed yesterday?
No, Sunday morning.
Sunday morning, I'm sorry. And this is Friday. That's 5 days, but a week exactly before Mother's Day. Right. And her children are trying to figure out, her services and how to honor her and things like that. That's a tough one. So definitely, my heart, my thoughts are with you all. Sorry, I got call coming in on my Google number, and I did, and it's still ringing. Jesus. Anyway,
it will continue to do that too.
Like what? Yeah, I hit no, and it's just
ringing for 15 hours.
Exactly. Like stop it. So, anywho, that's I sorry about that interruption, you guys. That's really rude. But yeah, definitely. Your family, friends, that family, because that's extended family to you, are in my prayers this weekend, and just wishing you all the strength and comfort and peace that you all need right now. Yeah, because that's a tough one. It's a really tough one.
That's from all of us here. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, and I didn't. My apologies for bringing down the mood. For the show.
There's no mood brought down. I mean,
there's no mood.
I've been to 5 funerals this year. It's only been 4 months.
Yeah.
Yep. It's part of life, unfortunately.
Yes.
We get it.
Yep.
No, it's definitely all good. But we'll definitely be able to move forward. You continue to support them. We'll support each other. And just taking one step at a time. That's all we can do.
Yep.
That's all we can do. Whew. How we feeling now? We're an hour and 22 minutes in. Episode 83, Fun Fridays.
That's
I'm
good. Tony's year, 83.
1983.
That is my graduation year. 19.
So Marcus, if you've ever been paying attention to how we do these number episodes, it's always got some significance.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we finally got up to the 60s, I'm like, oh, 67, my birth year. Tony was like, I ain't telling mine. But
no, I would never say that.
69.
I mess with you about that all the time.
Well, I know, but I have a cousin and she's 39, going on 39, right? And so
29 for 15 years.
I think it's 29. And I told her, I said, girl, you're a few years older than me, and I'm finna be 60. So ain't no way you're 29 again. Mm-hmm. And she says, well, you don't have shame in telling your age. I said, I surely do not. Or
nobody should. That's how old you
think
are.
About the alternative. You getting older or you're not.
Or you under the ground. Or
right.
You're older or you're not.
Yeah. So,
right.
So she was like, well, you look good for your age and this and that. I said, girl, if you don't quit tripping and proudly say your age, because that's wisdom, and I don't need it. And I guess more women do it than men, but that's not me. So that's why I laughed, Brian, when you said it, because I was like, not me, because y'all know I would tell somebody in a heartbeat, I'm finna be 60. I'm actually really proud of that, though. Like,
well, I want to say, I'm a proud thoroughbred Marshall alum. I guess we're going to be called like the ponies now instead of the Eagles, since it's thoroughbred now, right? Thoroughbred Marshall.
Go to an event for thoroughbred alumni tomorrow. Thoroughbred.
So yeah, class of 90. So this year will be my 35th class.
90.
Oh, wait a second. So this is her reunion.
I've never been to a class reunion.
You've never been?
Never been to one of my class reunions.
Why?
I didn't go till my 20th.
Me neither.
I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, it wasn't like I had most of my friends.
You see them every day anyway.
Well, but most of my friends went to Muir. I mean, like Marshall Middle School. All my friends, the majority of them ended up at Muir. Sean Younger, Dustin, Sam. I mean, so there was not many left at Marshall. Through high school.
Right.
So, like you said, the majority of them I keep up with, off the record and get in person, and so we don't need that reunion to come together because we're coming together whenever we get together, So, to me, the reunion and because Marshall is a small school, my graduating class, it would be nice to see a couple of them, but the majority I probably wouldn't remember, honestly.
Right.
And part of that is my memory. But
okay.
I don't want to see him no way.
But yeah, the other part of it is I just probably wouldn't remember them. Like honestly, my memory is bad.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this though, Marcus. I didn't go to my 10-year for that exact reason. I want to give Mosan, if he's listening, I want to give Mosan a shout out because he got me to change my perspective of it. Now, and also to your point, Muir was definitely we had a much larger class. I was involved in so many more things, but Mo was like, look, man, it's not about all the people that you already are in contact with. It's about seeing those folks that you forgot about, those people that maybe you do need to be reminded of. Some people that you don't see all the time, that you'll get an appreciation for going to the reunion. And lo and behold, I went to the 20-year and the 30-year, and I'm very, very happy I did. Had a blast, ran into people who truly I had forgotten, and no disrespect to them, but our lives go in different directions, and kind of out of sight, out of mind situation. And I was very happy to see them. We've connected, a few of them we've connected and still been in contact since then. And it's just been a good experience, right? So I just want to give him a shout. Oh, why is my camera out? That's crazy.
That's all right. We can hear you.
But just want to give him credit for that because I'm glad he got me to think differently about it. So I would encourage you to do that too. Just maybe go just to see.
Yeah,
you might be surprised.
Have fun.
Yeah, I just may do that. I may first I got to find out if we're having one.
Well, y'all might do like
y'all have one
some
now,
of the
thoroughbred Marshall.
You're right. We got to have the thoroughbred Marshall. We got to have a reunion.
I mean, black people need to show up for that one.
And it should be at the racetrack, right, Sandita?
Absolutely. You know that.
I think they're having the 40-year reunion for Sherry tomorrow at the school.
Oh, wow.
Because she goes, yeah, I'm going to this. I've been invited to this event. I'm like, did you not know it's your 40th year reunion?
At SC?
No, at Marshall.
Oh, yeah. I guess she wouldn't be old enough to be 40 years from SC.
No, that'll be 4 more years.
4 more, yeah. Ooh. All right. Well, everybody have a good weekend. Enjoy the weather.
Yeah,
Happy Mother's Day.
And if you guys aren't doing anything with your mama, we're gonna be at
Marcus.
Brookside Country Club at 10 o'clock
on Sunday for
Mother's Day. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Who is we?
Who is we?
Me and Sherry and her mom.
Oh, okay. Oh,
just y'all 3. Okay. He made it
seem
like
other people are coming, but it's no reservations. Just come. It's the regular prices. It ain't like it was on Easter where it was like $75 for the buffet shack.
That's good.
Actually, I might.
Their food is always good.
The food is.
Jim Ranch is having something for Mother's Day.
You would not even recognize Brookside right now. The golf course.
Oh,
it's been taken over, y'all. It's some festival or something that's about to happen.
No, I go to that concert every year because.
Oh, is it that one, B?
Yeah, it's the Cruel World
Yeah.
I used to go to that every year. I see Susie and the Banshees, Morrissey. You know, the white side of me comes out. All the no, for real, man. I ride my skateboard down there. That was a good time.
You gotta say the white side.
Well, that's the white side of me because alternative 80s.
I just saw it this morning, and I looked, and I dropped my kids off and my daughter off, and then I was on my way back. I drove by there, and I looked, and I'm telling you, that golf course is not going to be ready to play for easily a month after this concert.
No.
It's worse than when UCLA uses it in a parking lot.
They break that down in a week.
Worse. No, but they can break it down, but then all of the holes and
it's gonna be. They always do this during the time where the grass is already messed up.
Hey, Devo's gonna be there, man. The Go-Go's.
I mean, this
I don't recognize any other name.
This thing is I've never seen Brookside set up like this with the tents and everything.
It's a dope thing, dude. It's like they got all the food, tents. They got water stations for free. You can bring in your own stuff. So me and my boy took like 12-pack of IPAs and chilling. I recorded everything. I mean, it was groups I hadn't seen in a long time, like Psychedelic Furs and what do you call that? Berlin and Missing Persons.
Wow.
Yeah. You gotta remember when we first went to field school, that's when I met all my white and Asian friends. And we would ride skateboards. They introduced me to like going to skate parks in Montebello. I thought I was the door to Dogtown back then. I was 10 years old and killing people, doing all kind of tricks on my skateboard, going over to Hastings
you
Ranch.
grew up on the west side. That's why you only met people when you went to field. I was like,
exactly, because I was so thankful for busing. Oh my God. Because, I would have been hanging out with all my Manor homies. Don't get me wrong. They was cool, but I got tired of seeing them every day. I was seeing them every day. Every day it was a new threat. I'm going to beat you up. I was like, oh, my God. It's always so my dad's blind, right? But in the Manors, there was about 15 families that had the full family. Everybody else was single mothers, right? So, we sitting around and they bagging. That's why your daddy blind. Ooh, and then I put on my track shoes. I tie my shoes real tight, and then I say, "That's why you ain't got no daddy." And I run.
Running a 9-9.
Man, you couldn't catch me. They called me. He runs with fear. That was my Native American name.
You're ignorant. You're so ignorant for that.
Stupid.
Man,
it's a joke I can tell you, but I can't tell you online. It's funny.
Please, thank you. Do not.
Like Marcus said, Tony, have a very happy Mother's Day.
Thank you, fellas. Appreciate it.
All the moms out there listening.
I might go to early service at 8:30, get done at 10, and drive up to Bloom Ranch because Bloom Ranch is having a Mother's Day event from 10 to I think 3. And I love it.
What's the price tag on that?
It's not. You just do the Eventbrite ticket.
You lying.
No,
I would love to go to the farm, man. I've been waiting to go there for so long. It's right up the street.
Why didn't you tell me? I go all the time.
Girl, I've been waiting. I've been begging to go. I've been wanting to go so bad.
Couple, groups of people like on tours.
My name is Farmer Billy Bob. Well, I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm doing today. My homeboy started his barbecue.
And for you, guess what? It would be like 20 minutes because I go.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I go the back way.
Canyon. Like it would take you that long because for me to get there it's 45 minutes, but for you,
it's real close.
Yeah, Santiago.
Going away to Palmdale, I used to pass Acton and all that.
And you're not even gonna go that far up. You're literally gonna get off on Santiago Canyon Road, make that right. Go. I could do it in my sleep. I've been so much, and just go up and around. Go like 45 minutes for me, and it's lovely. They got chickens that lay eggs and roosters that chase, and the peach orchards and the pears and the lilacs that were just in bloom.
Bloom Ranch Mother's Day, yeah.
Bloom Ranch. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they're having something, and so I already signed up for
You
it.
talking about this Bloom Ranch
Yes.
in Aliso Canyon?
Yeah. To get up there, you just get off on Santiago Canyon Road off the 14. And just go. I started going in August, and probably between August and December, I had gone 6, 7, 8 times. I sent my parents up for a nice little area, a nice little tour that I set up. Like I could call Baki, or like some of the owners and their kids are in my phone. I'll be like, "Hey, I'm finna come up." They're like, "Okay, Antoinette, can't wait to see you." I'm like, "Okay." But there is something Sunday that they're having for Mother's Day, a brunch. And so Akila Relaford has Lucky Girl Wine. She's Dr. Relaford's daughter. And they have in Ojai, they own a winery too. And so Lucky Girl is produced out there. And so she's doing this Mother's Day brunch on Sunday, on Mother's Day. So, yep. So if you know anybody that wants to go, it's on Eventbrite, and you could sign up and take your mama for a nice look. There it is right there. Yep. Oh, they have a price on it now? Does it say 100?
Oh, I don't know. I'm looking it up right now.
I'm looking at what
it say 100.
Okay. Well, I registered and I didn't have a cost, but
it's sold out.
Yeah. Okay, so y'all can't just show up.
It's sold out.
It's like I can, but y'all can't.
They always send me stuff. They always send me stuff like, "Hey, Antoinette, we're getting ready to do this."
Only 60 guests.
So yeah,
I didn't even know about it. So, I wouldn't have known about it. I'm not looking for Mother's Day events, but
right. And I forgot to mention it because I did it a few weeks ago.
I wish I could have gone.
But that's good to know, just to do on a off weekend that's not going to be busy or whatever, and really take in the full experience,
Yeah.
So scroll back down. So they are having the Juneteenth thing that they have every
go back to the
year. They're doing that. But yeah, because it'll tell you, I think you get a bottle of Aquila's wine, the Lucky Girl wine, and scroll down, and you get the lunch. Oh, they're doing a goodie bag. The farm to table dining, which is always either stuff that they pick and cook. They have a chef that comes because they redid the main house's kitchen, and then they'll have a photo booth thing that you can go and take pictures and everything too. So it's super cool. That'll be this one, but then that Juneteenth, you guys might want to go up there for that, and that's really dope too. And Dr. Relaford will be there signing his book. I have that book. I bought 2 or 3 of them, gave a couple of them away. And the local vendors, they have a girl that does this wonderful cider, and you can either have it hot, cool, or over ice cream. They make the ice cream, the vanilla. Then they also have a that happened already in February. They also, hey there, she just walked by the back. But they have the vendors, somebody that makes this sourdough bread that is amazing. They have one that's plain, one with rosemary, one with garlic. Like I said, you can go in the store and you can buy freshly laid eggs up there, the colored beautiful eggs. You can take a tour of everything. You can pick Swiss chard or collard greens or whatever's in season. They have events throughout the year, but it's a wonderful place to go, just chill, relax, have some wine or whatever. And they're open, I think, Tuesday through Sunday now. They change hours during winter and different stuff like that, but it's super easy to get to, and it's a great place to go hang out. But I did register for the event, and I didn't have to pay for a ticket, but I am registered. And if I decide I'm gonna go Sunday, then I might. And if not, then I'm gonna be right here at the house chilling. So
I've never heard of it.
In the future, when they have something, I'll make sure we talk about it here, because it is the largest owned Black ranch in California, and it's 350 acres. And then they have the winery in Ojai, and then they have another property that they bought up in Lancaster to start redoing last year. And and so yeah, it's a great place.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely check that spot out. That's nice.
Yeah. And especially when they have events, but if not, you can also go, you can do the tour, and they take you around in they're Polaris vehicles, and they take you through the entire farm. and they show you what they've done since they purchased it, what they're doing. They're going to have within another year or two, I believe, a hotel that will be there, like an Airbnb type hotel. They have some, what are those trailers? The silver ones, Streamline.
Yes.
The
Airstream.
Airstream.
Thank you. They have 3 of them up, but they're finishing doing all of that because that's going to be like high-end exclusive rental, but they've got 3 different sizes and you can go and stay for, a weekend or whatever and rent them. That will be later. I think this year that they have it where you can actually, those 3 are supposed to be, by invite of the owner. I'm sorry, but they're preparing to have like a hotel. They're going to have a full spa. You should see the gym that's underground. It is amazing. Like a gym. And you can go and in the hotel stay because it's going to be, they'll have yoga classes and just really nice high-end type place for a staycation for us to get away.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I forgot to mention it before, but I'll make sure that when there are events, I let you guys know about those because we have to support our folks.
For sure.
And it's literally around the corner for any of us to drive 40 minutes an hour. And then for Brian, literally probably 20 minutes.
I want to go to the farm.
Strawberry Festival's coming up too. I think it's next weekend, man.
Cal Poly Pomona or Oxnard?
Oxnard. That's the one we've gone to many times.
You guys know that Cal Poly Pomona has an entire farm that you can go and you can shop throughout the year for pumpkins during September, October, but then other vegetables, strawberries, all of that. And you can go into their farm store at any time. I didn't know that until my daughter went there for college, but because they're agriculture, they have amazing stuff at Cal Poly Pomona too, in case, you don't want to go all the way out to Oxnard. But yeah, that strawberry festival out there is dope.
Well, special shout out to everybody that's been joining us on Instagram. I try to pull you over as quick as possible, but sometimes it's not possible. So thank you, Denise Keys, for joining. Thank you for Space Master 012 and Chris Thompson. He always get mad when you say his name wrong. I always used to call him Chris on Thompson. He get mad.
You're so dumb.
That's what I used to get in trouble for, is messing up people's names. So when I see that skit by Key and Peele, Ron, I was doing that way before that.
They stole it from you.
I love that.
Ron. Come on, Ron.
It's like Aaron.
Like he would say your name, Toonie.
And if I said Tony, he would be like, it is not. It's like,
and Marcus would be Marcy us. Marcy us. Where are you at? And Jamal George would be J Maal.
Oh, it was. Trust me, I experienced that when I was growing up already. Jamal.
Well, what can you imagine, Antoinette?
Jamal.
Jamal.
Or Jamalito.
Oh Lord. All right, Liz.
Right. I have one of my wives, Tony, was Hispanic, and she would always say the names.
Did you say one of your wives?
Yeah, one of my wives.
What? How many times you been married, bro?
3 times. I'm not marriage material. I'm just letting y'all know now. Just be my friend. If you don't, if you want to break up, just walk away. There's no paperwork to be filed. I'm too much for some people to handle sometimes. I'm over the top. I don't go to sleep. People think I'm up all night cheating on them, and I'm right in the same room with you. Hell,
that's their own insecurity.
It really is.
That's a whole nother subject. Yeah.
I'm like Good Luck Chuck. When they leave me, they get married to some abuser. More like Bad Luck Chuck. You leave me, you're going to get somebody worse. You should just stay.
Yeah.
We'll keep the light on for you. All right, everybody. Let's get out of here. Let's get some food. Let's wish. Hey, you guys have a great weekend.
I'm going down to my boys' barbecue spot. It's going to be on Nordoff between Ord and Mason. Oso and Mason.
Going out to the valley.
That's the valley.
Northridge. Yeah. I just go over there and hang out with them.
Enjoy the sun and the heat.
But you knowing I'm going to be outside doing the outside stuff.
You're going to be outside. Hey, you're going to be out here.
Out here. I might go live from the barbecue spot.
I'm getting ready to go get the little car out and put the top down. That's
shoot. There you go.
The road runner.
The sun and the heat. I'm gonna be like,
I'm gonna let my top down too. It just slide back though. It don't let down.
No, I'm dropping it today.
I can't drop it like it's hot. I can slide it like it's hot.
No, I'm leaving the big girl in the garage today. I'm gonna take the little one and go and get some.
You know, ever since you got that car, when I've seen it now, I see everybody got one, but not like yours. And it's smaller. Like, do they got two different sizes?
So that's the Optique, which is the baby Lyric, and it just came out this year. Yes.
Yeah, that's the junior senior.
Baby. Exactly. I saw one in Pasadena that was identical to mine. They had the black roof, the same color, Nimbus, all that, but obviously not as big. And I stopped and went to the people's door like, is that the Optique? Can I take a picture of it? And they were like, sure. And you were like,
I parked next to yours so I can show that you got the baby back and I got the spare rib.
No. I just wanted to have a picture because it looks so much like it, but I hadn't seen the Optique actually in production yet. So it's cute. But then I looked like inside, I was like, that's too little for me.
Okay, so remember how we used to have people naming their kids after cars, Mercedes, Porsche.
Or after liquor.
Now we're going to have Lyric, Optique. And then like this one girl said, rebuild. Yeah, tell you right. Yeah, that's for the people that go to college.
Well, they're gonna have to really figure out the name.
That's a reputation.
The Lyric, they got that new Escalade, and the one in between that is and then there's the Celestia that's coming out, which is a weird.
And somebody gonna name their whole family that.
Of Cadillac.
It's Celestia. I got Lyric, and here's my daughter Optique. Yes, we Cadillac.
All right. Well, have a good weekend, y'all. Enjoy the heat, the sun, whatever food. And Brian, I need you to get some sleep this weekend, please.
That won't happen because all the moms. All day tomorrow is busy, and Mother's Day is
one day soon, man. Just get it one day soon.
How about Tuesday after we go to the bank on Monday?
Sure.
Get
it when you can get it.
2:00 Monday. We're going.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Be there, be square.
See y'all later.
Because this money is burning a hole in my pocket. I gotta
Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Have a good
All right, here we go. Ready for the outro. Stay until the outro.